Hello, and welcome to Be Rich Sleeping Stories, your sanctuary for inspiration and peaceful sleep. As you settle in tonight, allow your mind to drift. But first, take a quiet moment. What time is it for you right now? Is the moon high in the sky, or are the first hints of dawn just beginning to paint the horizon? No matter where you are in the world or what time your clock might show, know that this moment, right now, is a perfect time to invite both rest and powerful ideas into your mind. As you dim the lights and find your most comfortable position, prepare to journey into a story of quiet determination, a whisper of genius that grew into a resounding success. Tonight, we settle into the incredible true story of Sarah Blakely, the visionary behind Spanx. Imagine, for a moment, being in your early 20s. You're working a job that most people find, well, a little uninspiring. Day in and day out, Sarah was selling fax machines door to door for an office supply company. It was a job that required grit, resilience, and the ability to handle constant rejection. But it certainly wasn't her dream. It wasn't the path to building an empire. Yet, it was this very job, this mundane routine, that honed her incredible ability to persevere, a quality that would become her most valuable asset. One evening, back in 1998, as she prepared for a party, Sarah faced a common wardrobe dilemma. She wanted to look smooth and flawless under her new pair of white trousers. But her conventional pantyhose, with their thick seams and visible footlines, just wouldn't do. They were uncomfortable, bulky, and ruined the elegant line of her outfit. In a moment of pure, unadulterated frustration, an idea sparked. It wasn't a complex business plan. It was a simple, practical solution. She grabbed a pair of control-top pantyhose, marched to her bathroom, and with a pair of scissors, she cut off the feet. The result? Smooth, comfortable, and invisible shaping. But now, her feet were bare, and the pantyhose rolled up her legs. It wasn't perfect, but the core idea was there. The spark of a multi-billion-dollar empire had just been lit by a pair of scissors in a bathroom. This was her beginning. Not a venture capitalist meeting, not a business school project, but a personal moment of discomfort, leading to a moment of clarity. She had no fashion industry experience, no manufacturing connections, and a mere $5,000 in savings. Many would have dismissed it as a fleeting thought. But Sarah, even then, carried a quiet, unwavering conviction that this simple solution could be something more. The journey from that bathroom floor to a global brand was paved with obstacles, each one testing Sarah's 100% faith in her idea. She knew she had something special, but bringing it to life required an incredible blend of ingenuity and raw determination. Her first challenge was the patent. Traditional wisdom dictated hiring expensive lawyers, but Sarah had only her $5,000. So, in another act of inspired self-reliance, she bought a patent textbook from Barnes and Noble. Night after night, after long days selling fax machines, she painstakingly studied legal jargon, filling out the patent application herself. It was a tedious, solitary task, but every word she wrote was an affirmation of her belief in Spanx. She saved thousands of dollars, yes, but more importantly, she deeply understood every aspect of her product's unique design and protection. Then came the manufacturing hurdle. She faced rejection after rejection from hosiery mills, who mostly catered to established brands and scoffed at a lone woman with no experience and a crazy idea for footless pantyhose. They told her it wouldn't work, that there was no market. But Sarah refused to be deterred. She searched relentlessly, eventually finding a mill owner in North Carolina who, after 2 weeks of her persistent phone calls, finally agreed to meet. She drove 13 hours, pitching her vision with such passion and conviction that, against all odds, he decided to take a chance on her. He saw not just a product, but the fire in her eyes, the unshakable belief that this simple concept could change how women felt in their clothes. Even then, the journey wasn't smooth. The mill called her back shortly after, saying they'd reconsidered and couldn't make her product. Sarah, undeterred, flew back down to North Carolina, walking straight into the factory. She spent hours talking to the owner's daughters, convincing them to try on her prototype. When they loved it, the owner, swayed by his daughter's enthusiasm and Sarah's sheer will, finally agreed to proceed. This was the raw, unglamorous reality of building an empire from zero, constantly facing closed doors and finding creative, persistent ways to pry them open. Sarah Blakely's genius wasn't just in the product. It was in her brilliant, often unconventional marketing strategies that made Spanx a household name. She understood that she wasn't just selling shapewear, she was selling confidence and a solution to a universal problem. Her first stroke of marketing brilliance lay in branding and packaging. Most hosiery came in dull, utilitarian packaging. Sarah wanted Spanx to be fun, approachable, and even a little bit cheeky. She spent months brainstorming names, ultimately choosing Spanx because the KX sound always made people laugh. She then designed vibrant, eye-catching red packaging, featuring a playful caricature of a woman. This wasn't just aesthetic. It was psychological. It transformed an item that many found embarrassing to buy into something delightful and empowering. When women picked up Spanx, they felt a sense of liberation, not shame. Her second, and perhaps most impactful strategy, was guerrilla endorsement and the Oprah effect. Sarah knew she couldn't afford traditional advertising. Her budget was tiny. So, she focused all her energy on getting Spanx into the hands of influential women. Her ultimate target? Oprah Winfrey. Through sheer tenacity, she managed to get a sample to Oprah's stylist. The moment Oprah tried Spanx, she declared them one of her favourite things. This wasn't just a mention. It was a powerful, unpaid endorsement from arguably the most trusted woman in media. The impact was immediate and monumental. Overnight, Spanx went from an unknown product to a sensation, selling out nationwide. This strategic focus on authentic, high-impact endorsements rather than expensive ad buys showcased Sarah's innate understanding of influence. Her third key strategy was her relentless focus on direct consumer feedback and product evolution. Unlike many large companies, Sarah stayed intimately involved with her customers. She listened to their desires, their frustrations, and their suggestions. This direct connection allowed Spanx to continuously innovate, expanding from simple footless pantyhose to a vast range of comfortable, problem-solving garments. This consumer-centric approach ensured that Spanx was always relevant and always delivering on its promise. Today, Spanx is a global empire, a multi-billion-dollar brand that revolutionized an entire industry. Sarah Blakely, the fax machine saleswoman who cut the feet off her pantyhose, became the youngest self-made female billionaire. Her journey is a testament to the power of a single, smart idea, coupled with unparalleled perseverance and an unshakable belief in oneself. It's a story that resonates far beyond the world of fashion. It's a story about listening to your own frustrations, trusting your intuition, and having the courage to forge your own path, even when everyone tells you it's impossible. As you reflect on Sarah's journey tonight, perhaps you find echoes of your own aspirations. Maybe a small idea has been simmering, a quiet frustration waiting for a solution. Her story reminds us that every empire begins with a single step, a single act of faith. It reminds us that setbacks are merely detours, not dead ends, and that true genius often lies in seeing simple solutions to everyday problems, and then having the tenacity to bring them to life. Now, let the details of this inspiring journey gently fade into the background. Allow the quiet hum of Sarah Blakely's success to resonate within you as a subtle promise that with perseverance and an open heart, your own unique ideas have the potential to grow. Let the lessons of her entrepreneurial spirit softly guide you towards a night of profound rest. As your mind settles, know that great ideas often emerge from stillness, from the peaceful space between waking and sleeping. Breathe deeply, relax your body, release any remaining thoughts from your day. Drift now into a deep and restorative sleep, knowing that you are capable of extraordinary things. Fall asleep. Wake up inspired. Thank you for joining us on this journey tonight. If Sarah Blakely's story resonated with you, or if you found peace and inspiration in her path to success, please consider subscribing to Be Rich Sleeping Stories. We have many more stories of innovation, resilience, and entrepreneurship waiting to inspire your dreams. Until next time, may your sleep be deep and your waking hours be filled with clarity and motivation. Good night.